Did Arsenal just bottle the chance to go 9 points clear in the Premier League title chase? Or was it 1 point gained over the last weekend? Interesting questions I've seen, very interesting question I've seen a lot of Arsenal fans react, especially after Arsenal drew to Nottingham Forest, a game that people expected Arsenal to win, just after Manchester City lost 2-0 to Manchester United at Old Trafford. For me, again, that game was a game that nobody expected. Manchester City, a team everybody expects to beat Manchester United any day, any time. Previous records tell you all you need to know about that tie. And then Mikel Arteta comes in with his, new formation, sets up Manchester United very well. A game that could have even ended as much as 5-0. I mean, I saw 2 goals disallowed and many opportunities missed. So I think it was a whitewash for Manchester United, credit to them. And then the next thing was Arsenal were to play Nottingham Forest and, we're supposed to take the opportunity. Yes, I agree. And obviously, everybody expected Arsenal to win the game. Difficult game, ended goalless. Now we start to draw patterns, right? The game before that was Liverpool versus Arsenal. At the Emirates, everybody expected Arsenal to win, a much more weakened Liverpool side without, the likes of Ekitike and Isak. But again, Arsenal got a draw, goalless draw. Disappointing, right? Yes. And then the conversation of, did we lose 2 points? One factor that was going to make it clear if it was, an opportunity lost, 2 points lost, to stretch from 7 to 9, or was it 1 point gained? We got the answer the next day after Aston Villa, not expected to lose, to even draw against Everton, a team they've, constantly beaten. The last time they lost against Everton was 10 years, ago. And since August of 2025, Aston Villa have not lost a single game at home at Villa Park. So how did they now come to lose this game? Very crucial game for me. It was an opportunity for Aston Villa to close the gap between themselves and Arsenal from 6 to 4. They bottled it. But everybody seems to talk about how Arsenal is bottling everything. Arsenal have bottled the chance to go from 7, potentially, 7 points to 9. But nobody's talking about Aston Villa bottling the chance to close the gap on the title rivals as well. Arsenal have drawn 2 games in a row, and nobody's talking about how Pep Guardiola and Manchester City could have bottled the chance, to close the gap between themselves and Arsenal, from 6 points to, something better. So I think people should need to cut some slack for Mikel Arteta, because it's not really as difficult. I think what is going on right now is that there's so much belief in this Arsenal squad that people expect Arsenal to win every game. It's not enough that they're top in the Champions League right now. They're top in the Premier League. They're top in the Champions League. They're still in every competition. They're still in the League Cup. They're still in the FA Cup. And now, it looks like Arsenal fans just believe that Arsenal should win every single game. I don't think there's any game Arsenal are allowed to draw or lose at this point, because there's so much potential, and it just tells how good the team has, how far the team has come. Really, for me, it's credit to Mikel Arteta, credit to, what he has built, credit to all the players. And yes, I'm disappointed with the draw against Nottingham Forest, because we need to find a way to win these sort of games. You're still going to have more of such. There's going to be leads coming up after Manchester United, and there will be, teams that will set up a low block like that. They will be difficult to break down. Mikel Arteta needs to find a way to break down such teams, and they always do. Previously, it used to be corner kicks, set pieces, whatever it is. Own goals now, they have to find a way to get the goal, or the goals as it were. And also the first half. I think one of the things Arsenal need to learn how to do is to start scoring in the first half. Because when you score in the first half, most times when Arsenal score in the first half, they end up winning those games. But that's what it is. This video is basically about looking at the whole spectrum and not just being, one-sided about how, Arsenal lost an opportunity to get to stretch the gap at the top. But then also, why are we not speaking about Aston Villa and Manchester City losing an opportunity to close the gap? Because that's how the narrative always goes. And I don't blame them, because for many years Arsenal have come close, but they've not done it yet. So until then, nobody will be talking about other things. It will always be about Arsenal potentially bottling the Premier League. In my opinion, Arsenal are going to win this Premier League title very comfortably, actually. It won't be a close one. It will be a very good stretch. It will be at the end of the season, maybe a 10-point gap between them and whoever finishes second. But because I've just looked at the Premier League fixtures from now to the end of the season, I've looked at everything. I've looked at the squad situation. I've looked at all the games to be played, the way the team is being rotated. We can talk maybe in another video about other trophies that they could potentially win. With Arsenal being in the semi-final of the League Cup, next match against Chelsea at the Emirates, and then there'll be the FA Cup game coming up as well, and then Champions League. Arsenal will be playing Kairat after the game against Inter Milan. Still very much in Champions League, all for grabs. If you look at the Champions League this season, there's a lot of potential, to potentially win it. You can see Real Madrid are not in their best of forms. Barcelona are what they are, but they are not always going to be a threat in Champions League, but you can't really tip them as the best team in Europe right now. Bayern Munich are Bayern Munich, very strong, always what they are. There's the likes of PSG, tough team, Inter Milan as well. Then the Premier League, we have Manchester Cities of this world. Liverpool are still in it. The likes of Chelsea, potentially also Tottenham. Who else in Europe? Maybe you talk about the likes of who again? I can't think of Atletico Madrid, maybe. But I can't see too many teams that I would say are better than Arsenal right now. So when we get to the knockout stages, we start to see how the season will evolve. We can start to speak more about other potential trophies Arsenal win. But in the meantime, I can tell you right here now that Arsenal will win the Premier League this season. Everything else we'll know as we progress. Let me know your thoughts, in the video about your thoughts on was it a loss of 2 points? Did we bottle a chance to close the gap, stretch it to 9 points, or was it just 1 point gained? Could be a weekend that was just bad. Next up will be Manchester United. We'll see how that goes at the Emirates. Yeah, so let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to smash that like button. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you on the next video. I'm out.